Hey, it's Brent. Wanted to talk to you today about a cash out refinance, some of the pros and cons with that, and give you some information to help you decide if it's something that might be right for you. So, wanted to just highlight three different pros, three different cons, and some things to consider, and go through some quick scenarios here for you. So, as you may know, home values in our area anyway in the last couple of years have significantly skyrocketed in value for the most part. Every area is a little bit different, but what that has done is it's opened up equity for most homeowners where they've got the ability to tap into that equity if they choose to do so. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what that looks like if you were to do so, and the interest rates, some debt consolidation things, and then some opportunities to invest those funds as well. So first thing to know about cash out refinance, one of the pros is interest rates. When you look at the whole picture, the blended rate of all your debts combined, interest rates on the mortgage could be lower, could be higher, could be lower. But if you look at things like if you're making a car payment, student loans, credit cards are the big ones. If you're carrying a credit card balance, look at the monthly statement, check out what your interest rate is on those. There could be a scenario where maybe you're paying a significantly higher rate on your credit cards, maybe a decent rate on your mortgage and your car loan, and you can look at combining those all into one with what's called a cash out refinance. So check out your interest rates. That's probably the first place to start. And there's even calculators out there, or we can run this for you. It's like a blended rate calculator where you list out all your debts and the interest rate that you're paying. And then you know overall what your average or blended rate is on all that money. So rates might be lower. The con is if you're looking at a mortgage and you're looking at a cash out refinance versus just a regular refinance where you're paying off your existing mortgage, the interest rates on the cash out refinance typically end up being just slightly higher on a little bit higher interest rate. So it's something to keep an eye on. Obviously, interest rates can vary and fluctuate and do quite often, especially in this market, can fluctuate from day to day. So you want to get a quote maybe on your existing mortgage refinance and then just a cash out refinance as well. Moving along on one of the pros of a cash out refinance would be debt consolidation. And we've seen this work very, very well for a lot of folks over the years. Like I was talking before, if you do have any other outstanding debts, this is where it's going to be a huge potential benefit to look at. Would be if you're paying credit card balances and you don't pay those off every month and you avoid the interest. If you're not able to do that, looking at a refinance, a debt consolidation can make a lot of sense. There's also things to look at with like a home equity line of credit. If you have a balance on one of those, or a car loan or personal loans, student loans, anything like that, consolidating those all into one payment, you might see that your overall monthly cash flow could improve, monthly budget could improve, and you might be able to reduce monthly payments by a few $100s and even more significant amount. So combining those into one, getting them on a lower monthly payment might allow you to do that. And then if you've been making those payments anyway, let's say you're able to reduce monthly payments by $600 a month. If you're already making those payments and able to budget for that, maybe you keep making that same payment to your mortgage and just pay it off that much quicker. So that can work really, really well. You do have to have the discipline, which gets us into the con of the debt consolidation, and that is kind of the temptation of you've got all your credit cards paid off, let's say, and you've paid off other debts. The last thing you'd want to do is go ahead and repeat that cycle and end up in the same boat again down the road. So if you pay off those debts, those credit cards, you get it into one monthly payment, everything feels good. You're going to want to do whatever you can to not repeat that cycle. Maybe cut up the credit card or make it harder to use. Just be very mindful that you don't find yourself 2 or 3 years down the road with the mortgage was refinanced and now I've got this credit card debt as well. So keep an eye on that. If done right, though, it can be a huge, huge advantage for you. So moving on, last one of the pros for these three here would be using your equity for investments. And this might not be exactly what it sounds like here on the bullet point. Obviously, you could invest that in some sort of an investment opportunity that you have that might make a higher rate of return. But you can also use that equity potentially to invest in like a second home, a vacation home, Airbnb type property, even for things like standard rental property, or even maybe improvements on your home, investing in your home with that equity to maybe improve that value, or try to improve that value, and maybe just do some of that stuff that you've always wanted to do to your home. So another pro of the cash out refinance, equity can be used for investments. And then the downside, increasing your mortgage balance might not feel right, or be the fit for everyone. If you lean to the side where you want to get that mortgage paid off as quickly as possible, you might not want to increase that mortgage balance and take out that equity. So everyone's situation is going to be a little bit different. Best probably piece of advice is to talk to your mortgage lender. We'd obviously love to help you out, but have them run some scenarios of, here's what I could do with the equity. I could take a home equity line of credit. I could consolidate everything into one. I could pull out several $1,000s to purchase that next property. All of those different options are potentially available to you as a homeowner, especially if you've been in your home for a few years and you see your value is up here and your balance on your mortgage is down here. A lot of different programs available to tap into that equity. So hopefully you found this helpful. If we can help out at all with running some scenarios, reach out. We'd love to run those numbers for you. We are licensed in all 50 states. Currently have our location here in Sioux Falls is where our team's located, but also North Dakota, Minnesota, Arizona as well. So love to help you out. Let us know if we can run some numbers, and hopefully we'll talk soon.